There's been a lot of talk recently about bodyweight workouts, home training, and stuff of that nature due to obvious reasons. And I really do like what I'm seeing from other YouTubers, coaches, fitness influencers, and all the above. But today's episode, I'll be diving into more direct work, more in particular for the arms. So you see a lot of challenges and workouts where it's a lot of push-ups, pull-ups, dips, and I really do love all these exercises, but this video is more tailored towards lifters who want to isolate their arms and they don't have access to any equipment. They don't have access to a pull-up bar, no TRX, gymnastic rings, push-up handles. They don't have any of that. Just an average Joe who wants to train his arms for whatever reason. And that's what today's episode is all about. I'll be showing you guys some creative, do-it-yourself kind of ways to train your arms at home. So let's get into it. So the first thing I invite you to do is look through your place, look through all the rooms, and try to find some fitness related equipment. If you don't have any bands, you don't have any plates, it's not the end of the world, you can still make do. In that case, your backup plan is to look for a towel. So ideally what you want is not a face cloth or a body towel. You want more of a medium sized towel. But if you don't have that, it's okay, you can still use a body towel. And this will have a lot of a thicker handle, which will tax a lot more of your forearms and your grip, and it'll build up the brachioradialis, the brachialis, the muscles of that nature, and you could really get creative with this. So as you can see, I'm doing an arm wrestler style curl. This is kind of like a Zotman curl where you start with the underhand grip and you go more to a pronated grip, and this is a harder variation, so you don't have to use as much weight when you're doing this variation. So as you can see, I tied a cinder block to it, but if you don't happen to have a cinder block, it's not the end of the world. But if you do, then you could make do with this, because you could do single arm curls and you could get a lot done from an arm training isolation standpoint with this alone. But what if you do have access to a towel but you don't happen to have a cinder block? What's the next best thing? What's your next best bet? It's very simple. It's called a backpack or a suitcase. If you have a backpack or a suitcase, you can just zip it up, put whatever you could find that's heavy inside of it. If you have maybe some water bottles, whatever the case is, get creative. Try to find and accumulate all the heavy stuff in your place, bring it to one room, and then just see what you could work with. But this could come in very handy, a suitcase, and it can still get the job done. At the end of the day, the body doesn't know what you're lifting. All it knows is that this is hard and my arms have to adapt to this certain kind of load. So your body doesn't care. Your biceps don't care if you're lifting paint or if they're lifting a bag, whatever the case is. You can still get the desired result. And I actually got inspired from this from prisoners, because they have a very similar way of training where they'll use manual resistance with towels, and this still gets the job done as well. Once again, the body doesn't know if it's manual resistance. All it knows is that this is hard and I have to adapt to this before the next workout. So another great tool you could have in your toolbox is a hammer, because this will work on radial and ulnar deviation, which is a different way to tax the forearms. And then back to the arms, back to the upper portion of the arms, you could also take the towel, wrap it around some paint, and you could get to doing your tricep work like that. And speaking of paint, you could also do reverse curls with the paint. And if you don't happen to have a sledgehammer, you could also use a shovel. You could do the radial or the ulnar deviation exercise like that, and this will train your forearms in a very unique fashion that you're probably not used to. So we spoke about the curls, spoke about the sledgehammer work, ulnar and radial deviation, along with some triceps. What if you want to isolate your forearms? What if you want to do flexion or extension work? You can simply grab some paint, try to find whatever you can. Once again, get creative, and now you could do isolation work for those desired areas. There you have it. Those are some creative, do-it-yourself kind of ways to train your arms directly with some isolation work. So curls, extensions, wrist curls, hammer curls, all that good stuff. I hope that now you're able to train your arms more in a direct fashion, and I hope this gave you some potential ideas for your own training at home. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.